Hey guys, that diecast guy here, and welcome to episode 3 of my mini series of what I'm working on. So, in this episode, I'm going to tell you all the story on how I began to love both Lightyear and Toy Story. So, first I'm going to tell you all how I began to love Toy Story. So, growing up, guys, I was not into Toy Story until I had seen the first film on a small little television at, I want to say it was like one of the old gyms that I remember my mom would used to go to back in the day. And I remember it was on that day that when I saw the first Toy Story within that certain gym's little playroom area, that's the day that I began to have an interest for Toy Story. And it was from that day forward that anytime I would obtain like a certain Toy Story item, Buzz Lightyear especially, because, well, he was my... Buzz Lightyear, guys, was definitely a fave of mine since childhood. And obviously he still is a fave of mine now, even as an adult. But yeah, so pretty much, viewers, what I'm kind of going for in terms of this Toy Story part of my story on how I began to have an interest for both Toy Story and Lightyear. But yeah, like I stated before, when I first saw the first Toy Story movie within the playroom of one of the gyms that me and basically, what I'm trying to say, guys, is that when I had first seen the classic Toy Story movie, there was only one character that really caught my eye. And I'm sure you viewers already know which Toy Story character that I'm thinking of. And no, it's not Woody, or it's not even the rest of Andy's toys. I'm talking about Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear, the Toy Story version of Buzz, had been a favorite of mine for as long as I can remember. But yeah, as I got older though, I slowly moved away from Toy Story for a little bit. But then, like, whenever I had first entered my adult years, obviously, that is when I slowly but surely kinda got back into Toy Story and now Lightyear. And speaking of how I began to love Lightyear, well, the short version of the story is that when I first saw Lightyear in theaters, I remember that it was a really cool movie. And if any of you viewers out there who haven't seen Lightyear, I highly recommend you check it out. especially since now that it's on, like, I want to say it's on Disney Plus now, but yeah, it's a really cool movie, in my opinion. But yeah, ever since that day when I first saw Lightyear, that's what really got me into loving Lightyear over Toy Story, because although Toy Story was a favorite of mine when I was little, now that I'm in my adult years, obviously Lightyear is my new favorite kind of franchise to be into, because, well, I mean, for one, it basically is a franchise about the human concept of Buzz that inspired the toy, which is neat because, yeah. So, yeah, I guess really that's going to wrap it up for this episode, everyone. Don't forget to stay tuned for more videos like this. And yeah, this has been That Diecast Guy signing off.